Okay. So let me just brush off what we did yesterday and then we'll move on to today's business, right? So we're talking about cloud economics and billing. So we talked about the fundamentals of pricing and we understood that AWS pricing depends on these four things: compute storage, sorry, there are three: compute storage and outbound data transfer, right? And we looked at outbound data transfer as transfers from even the same AWS resources, but outside different regions, right? So transfers within regions are typically free, or transfer between, yes, AWS services within the same region are typically what? Free. And then the outbound transfers are put together, so aggregated across the services and then charged as what? AWS data transfer out. We looked at the different pricing policies. We understood that they have sports instances, on-demand instances, and then reserved instances. And the reserved instances have like three parts: the all upfronts, the partial upfronts, and then the no upfront. All upfronts is where you reserve an instance for the reserved instance, you reserve it for a year or a 3-year period, right? For the all upfront, you pay the cost for everything, right? For either if 1 year, you pay for the cost of the 1 year. So it is calculated per hour. So the hour is calculated for the 1 year period or the 3-year period, and then you are given a discount. So this one is at a discounted price. The partial upfront, you pay part of it, and then the rest of it is also calculated at a discounted hourly rate. There are no upfront, even though you have reserved, but you don't pay anything. But the cost is still calculated at a reduced cost, or at a discounted cost. You don't need any long-term contract, and then your pricing is also dependent on what's the amount of resources that you used and then when you use it. And you are also you are also able to take advantage of the economies of scale, in the sense that the more you use, the lesser you pay, or the more people use, the lesser the cost of the prices, right? We look at, so it's basically the same thing about the core pricing concept. But then the volume-based discounts are available as your usage increase, you are given a discount. So I made an example of buying sachet water. When sachet water was 30 pesos, when you buy three, or when you buy two, sorry, it is given to you at what? 50 pesos instead of 60 pesos, right? And then the services are also available on demand with no upfront payment. And we also talked about the fact that the pricing for Amazon S3, that's the Amazon Simple Storage Service, is tiered, right? So it's in levels, so providing a cost savings as you use more storage. And we also acknowledge the fact that AWS is always working to reduce the cost of its services and then also improve operational efficiency. There is also custom pricing available for, high volume users or high volume project. We also looked at another one called the EC2 instant saving plans, where companies or customers commit to an hourly spend, right? You commit to an hourly spend. So this is a little different from the reserved instances. Anyway, let's move on. So we talked about the total cost of ownership, and we acknowledge the fact that total cost of ownership is like the total cost of services, right? Plus all associated costs of owning a service. So I made an example of an escort service. So if you use an escort service, the escort service has its own price, and then the services that you use within the escort service. So if you have chauffeurs, if you have drivers, you have transport services, or like a vehicle hiring, right? These are individual costs that are added to your escort services that you've rented. If you go to a hotel, you are charged for some hotels, apart from the bed, some give bed and breakfast. But if after bed and breakfast, if you order dinner, lunch, or anything, it is added to your cost, right? That is the example that we made for that. And we looked at the accuracy of assessing costs. We acknowledge the fact that the costs are transparent and it is based on different usage metrics. We also looked at the cost being easily calculated based on your usage metrics and comparing it to on-premises, the costs are sometimes direct and indirect. Some of them you are not able to figure it out, right? And we looked at the total cost of ownership calculator. So this is the reason why I popped up this question earlier in the day, right? So the total cost of ownership calculator is a tool that you are able to use to compare your costs. I mean, your cost of running an on-premises data center as compared to moving to the cloud. So this is an example that was made in our module. We also talked about the pricing calculator that is used to estimate your monthly AWS bills, right? Based on the models that you will set. Please, so whilst I continue, if anybody has a question, you can pop it in the chat and we'll look at it. Or if you want to speak, you can raise your hand and we'll attend to you. I think the hand raising is in the reactions section, right? So you look at that one. Great. So today, so this is a case study for a company called Delaware Knots, and then the AWS TCO analysis. So it's basically the same as this one, right? But this is the full case study, so we'll not go into it. We'll not go into it because I mean this is just a case study to, I mean, qualify this analysis that was done in the table. So we'll not go into that one. So today we are looking at AWS organizations. Now, AWS organizations is kind of a mother umbrella, or it's a tool that helps you consolidate, right? Consolidate different or aggregate different AWS accounts, right? To each department or team for like a clear spending report, or for you to have like a one bill report for all the accounts. The AWS organization tool itself is a free account management service, right? That consolidates the multiple AWS accounts. So the AWS organization tool is free, but then what might happen under those ones might not be free because the account might utilize resources that are paid, right? So in AWS organizations, there are key terminologies. We have root, we have OUs, that is organizational unit, and we have account as well as service control policies. So the root is the main boss, right? The root is the main boss, and then the organizational unit is a branch under the organization tree, right? So let's say if you have what service should I use? So let's say you have a school, right? The administrator or whoever is responsible for creating the account will have the root account. So that's a top level organization, right? And then you create another account as the organizational unit, and under the organizational unit, you have separate accounts. So if you have like a tertiary institution, maybe the department of whatever, let's say Department of Mathematics or Faculty of Mathematics, and then you have different, let's say, staff members, right? And their individual accounts there. So the service control policies, this one is applied at the root level. So it is the root account that creates these control policies. So it is used to control access to the AWS services, right, for the individual account. So maybe you create an account for finance and you say, okay, for finance, you can only access the let's say, yes, anything that has to do with finances, right? Maybe HR can access stuff that has to do with staff details and then HR related issues. So you create these service control policies for individual AWS accounts, right? And what are the functions of the AWS organizations? I talked about consolidated billing earlier. So whatever these individual accounts used, all the bills are put together and charged under the main organization's account. But then when you look at your cost and usage reports, you are able to see the individual, usage of each account. Somebody's mic is on. You want to talk? Okay. And then we looked at security management. So the service control policies helps you, security-wise. So you're able to restrict access to AWS services for the individual or specific account or group of account. And there is also, I mean, a hierarchical structure, right? Per what I explained, you have a tree structure. So the main one and then the organizational unit are under them. And then you have the accounts, right? So you are able to manage whatever or whoever is under that organization. So let's look at setting up AWS organization. So first, you create your organization, right? So you first start with your current account as the primary account. So you create it and then you invite all the other separate accounts to join. Now, after you invite them, then you now create your organizational unit and then you group the member account under the organizational units, right? And then you define your service control policies to restrict or allow access to the services. After that, you can test those policies to see. So there is another service called IAM Policy Simulator. So Identity and Access Management Policy Simulator. You use that service to test these control policies that you have set. You test them to see that whether they are functioning, right? And then the management interface, that is the mediums that you can be able to access the AWS services. So we know of the AWS Management Console, we know of the AWS CLI, we know of the SDKs, and then the HTTP query APIs. So these are the programmatic access that we can use to, access the AWS interface or services. Any question? Okay, so I think silent means consent. Yes, we've hit our 30 participants mark. All right, so let's look at billing and then cost management. Most of these I've made mention on in the previous section, so we might not spend a lot of time here. Now, the billing and cost management is a service that helps AWS users, let me put it that way, or AWS customers to pay their bills, monitor their usage, and then budget their expenses, right? So you are able to forecast your costs and then understand, how you are using the services, and then you also plan for the future as well. So the key features in the billing and cost management service is you are able to set custom periods, right? You are able to check your usage or your usage trends or metrics per month. So we call it month to date, and then I think year to date. So you either set it monthly or daily, and then you are able to view your billing and then your usage data. You are also able to filter groupings, right? You can just look at your bill or your usage by maybe instances, right? Or by storage. So let's say, okay, how many EC2 instances did I spin up or was spin up under this organization's account or something like that? So you are able to filter those ones, and you're able to there is another feature called the cost and then usage report. So yesterday I was talking about when you receive your bill, you are able to see that, okay, you spin up one EC2 instance in this availability zone, and it was on for this period of time, right? So that is what the cost and then usage report also gives you. And then you have the billing dashboard that you are able to monitor your month to date expenses, and then also you look at services that are contributing to the bill and your cost trends. So if you are overspending, or you look at how you are spending over like a period of time in a month. So that is the month to date, right? On the billing dashboard, you are able to see your spend summary. So the billing dashboard just gives you your spend summary and then your month to date spend by service. And it also highlights the top services and then their cost proportions, right? Now, the cost management tools available are AWS budgets, the AWS cost and usage reports, the AWS cost explorer, and then your AWS bills page. I think the tool that is, one of the tools that is causing us a lot of problem or confusion is the cost explorer. So the cost explorer is used to visualize and then understand and manage your costs and then usage over time, right? So there is an overtime keyword is overtime. In other cases, you might see helps you forecast, right? Forecast. So when you go to the details explanation, so you see the cost explorer helps you was it? Yes, monthly running cost report offers an overview of the past 3 months with a forecast for the coming month. So it's able to say that, okay, in the past 3 months, this is what you have been using. And in this month, this is what you have been using. So looking at your usage trend, maybe in the next month, you might use this amount or you might spend this amount, right? The budget also lets you create alerts for tracking your monthly and then quarterly and then yearly spending. So for budgets, you say that, okay, this month I'm spending just probably like $100. So in the next quarter, I want to spend like $300 or $400, right? And then in a year period or in the span of 1 year, I'll spend like 1,200 US dollars, right? Now the budget helps you create these alerts. So if you budgeted for 100 and then maybe by 15 days you have already used 80, then you can set the alerts that, okay, if my spending reaches maybe 80 in this period of time, just alert me that I might overuse my budget, right? So you are able to receive notifications via the Amazon Simple Notification Service. That's the Amazon SNS, right? And then the costs and usage reports gives you like a detailed information on your cost and then usage, and also lists the service category usage in hourly or daily line times, including including tax allocations. And also reports can be published to an S3 bucket and then can be updated daily. So if you look at your report, you can just save it to your S3 buckets as well. And this one was also demo note on the demonstration when the instructor was exploring the billing dashboard. So I will also not go into it because I need to open the dashboard so that we can also familiarize ourselves with that. So I think everybody have the summary. So you can just be looking at the summary and then you look at the billing dashboard to familiarize yourself with the service. And let's look at technical support plans, right, by AWS. So AWS provides how many support plans? I think there are 4. Right? Yeah, so they have basic, developer, business, and then enterprise. Now there is the perks that comes with each support plan, right? Now, one service that runs through is the 24/7 access to the customer support. For that one, everybody has that one, and also provides support for accounting and billing questions, right? But there are certain perks that comes with the different kind of supports, right? So let me start from the top. So there is a support concierge. So a support concierge is there to answer questions on your billing and your account issues, right? But this support concierge doesn't give technical assistance, right? It's like they don't deal with technical stuff. It's just about your non-technical billing and then the usual accounts inquiries. And I think this one is available for the business and then the enterprise only. I start to be corrected on this one. And there is the trusted advisor. The trusted advisor is also available for the enterprise. There is another enterprise support plan called the AWS Enterprise on Ramp. Yes, AWS Enterprise on Ramp. That also has the trusted advisor service. So the trusted advisor is an automated service that acts as a customized cloud expert, right? So it checks your whole infrastructure and then says that, okay, you can do this to reduce cost. So instead of maybe spending to let's say how many 4 on-demand instances, you can look at doing 2 reserved. Looking at your usage trend, you can spin up 2 reserved instances and then have 2 on-demand instances. So that is what the trusted advisor does. It advises you on the best practices that you can use to save cost. And there is also a technical account manager that is also available for the enterprise support plan, right? They basically serve as your point of contact to offer like guidance and then architectural review. So most, as the name goes, is technical. Like the assistance is technical, right? Anyway, so let me leave the features of the additional features, because it's basically the same as what has been listed at the top here. Now let's look at the severity levels. So AWS has 5 severity levels: the critical, urgent, high, normal, and then low, right? And then the severity levels depends on the level of response that you receive. So the response times varies based on the severity level. If the response time is low, you know that it will take a very long, it takes a very long time for to be responded to. I think, and they have the time differences. I think the minimum is 15 minutes. No, 5 minutes. The minimum is 5 minutes, and then the highest is, I think, is it 4 hours or something? 4 hours or 24 hours or something? No, I think it's 4 hours. Prince, can you clarify that for me or anybody else? Prince, I say Ni Okain. Oh, let me mention names.
It's 24 hours.
Yes, 24 hours. Exactly. Thank you.
The highest is 24.
Yes, the highest is 24 hours, and then the minimum is 5 minutes. Now, in choosing the right support plan, it depends on you and then what you need, and then how your level of need. That would depend on the support.
Minimum is 1 to 5 minutes.
Okay, so the minimum is 1 to 5 minutes. All right. So yes, so choosing the right support depends on what you want, right? Depending on what you want and the support plan that you can choose. So I think that is basically about the economics and billing for the AWS Cloud Computing Cloud Practitioner Module 2. If anybody has a question, then you can ask then before we move on. So today we said we will look at the skill builder questions, right? The LFC02. So in the absence of questions, any addition or clarification, we'll go straight into the questions. So questions, raise up your hand, send messages to the chats, and then let's see. Let me look at people who didn't talk yesterday. Kelvin, your mic is on. So he has turned out, he has left or he's gone down. All right. So Beatrice, I didn't hear from Beatrice yesterday. So AK Beatrice, Bridget spoke yesterday. Mr. Carlos, anybody has a question?
Yesterday I was not here, but I think I'm enjoying it. So I'm listening to you. You are doing great.
Okay, thank you. We are all doing great. You're also doing great by listening and enjoying it. Mr. AK. We have the silent people again. All right. Anyway, so Prince, is there anything that you want to add then before we move on?
Nah, ask Dr. Seps.
Yeah, Dr. Seps. Dr. Seps. I think yesterday, no, it wasn't yesterday. The other time we made an allegation that you finished all the module. Yes, you did here. I learned you finished the modules already, and you have done over 1,000 questions. So I beg.
Yeah, I'm here.
I beg anything you want to
add. Hey, I beg. Oh no. I think everything was all explained. So
all right. So do we go into the questions?
yeah, I think so.
All right. So let's do it. Okay. Excuse me, I have to stop sharing my screen for, briefly, and then I'll share it back. Okay, there is some messages in the chat. Okay, oh, no, that's fine. Calvin, I actually wanted to even put you on the spot to talk, but you ran away. So yes, Mr. Isaac also answered. Thank you very much. We are all doing well. So let me stop sharing. Scale builder. Share again. Great. Can you all see my screen?
Yeah, your screen is visible.
Okay. And so please, those of you who don't want to talk, please type. Please type so that we can feel your presence as well. When we feel the presence of a lot of people, it gives us the motivation. So even if you can't talk, yes, you can type. That's fine. Okay, so this is a skill builder platform, and this is the official practice question for the new exam curriculum. Hmm. Somebody is asking a question. Anyway, so yes, the CLFC01 has been retired since September 19th, if I'm correct, right? So now it is CLFC02. The old one has been retired, and nothing was actually removed from the CLFC01, but new stuff were added. Some of them that was just brushed on. They were just talked about briefly in our models. Some too, they didn't talk about it at all. But so let's go into the questions. Some of them we might have met before, so it'll be easy for us. Some of them to who that. So we will use our elimination. If we still don't get it, then yeah, too low. So the first question says a company has an on-premises Linux-based server with an Oracle database that runs on it. The company wants to migrate the database server to run on Amazon EC2 instance in AWS. Which service should the company use to complete the migration? So let's use the chat box. All right, let's use the chat box to see. So we have C, we have A. So I'll actually go with the majority, right? Some of them I know, but I'll just leave for the majority to choose, and then we look at why it is not so. So I'm seeing A. Okay, so I think assistance A is the majority, so we'll go with A. There are some people I want to see their votes. They are not voting. Oh, you're still thinking about it. Okay, so Derek says A, Delali says A, Judith says A, Mr. Carlos says A. Okay, so let's look at, okay, so Judith is saying the keyword is database server. So Judith is going for C. Okay, let me see those who also chose C. Beatrice went for C. Bridget went for C.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Isaac,
Yeah.
I think what we can do is that we can make at least like one person who chose from each answer just give a very short explanation.
Explanation.
Yeah,
All right.
like just one person.
Okay. So yes, so Judith's explanation
Yes.
was a database server, right?
So can she explain that? And because me, I'm not getting.
Yeah, so I think for Judith, I'll step in for her. She is not in the position to talk at the moment, right?
Okay.
So yeah. So, but aside that, if anybody can talk, Beatrice, Bridget, if any of you can talk, you can just come forward or just type why you chose that answer. Then, if we all agree with you, then anyway, let's move on since they don't want to talk. Prince, you there?
Are they shocked anybody want to talk? Hey,
Iharo, Prince. Anyway, so since there were a few C's, right? Let's go with okay. There's a message. Please will the recordings be made available for us? And this one, I will talk to my boss. I will talk to my boss friends. Then we'll see. Okay, so we'll go with the majority. Dr. Seps, right?
Yeah, since no one is
Oh,
giving explanation for C. Yeah.
all right. So this is the majority's answer. Yeah, so it is wrong. C was the correct answer. Now, yes. Obviously squad
why?
come today. Okay, so let's look at this. There is a Linux-based server here, right? And there is what? An Oracle database. So these are two things. You get it. Now, there is a type of migration model in AWS that says it's what? Lift and shift. Matao. So that one, you are taking a whole application, right? From the server together with the database that is hosted on that server to the cloud. So it is no more a database. It's like a server and its database, or a server, so like an application, right? So if you read the explanation, so the MGN is an automated lift and shift solution. Now, this solution can migrate physical servers and any database or applications that run on them to EC2 instances. So you are lifting the server and its database there, right? But
Okay, it makes sense.
yes, but the database migration service is used to migrate data, right, from an on-premises database to a database in AWS. So I think that is the difference between them.
I
The thing
beg the
is that,
last sentence under that one, make I read them.
okay,
The wrong one. You see, however, AWS DMS does not migrate the actual server to an EC2 instance.
all right. For these ones, they are odd ones, but I think we can also read them. Migration Hub is a service that helps plan and track application migrations. So it does not perform migration. So it's more or less like a trackhead service for database for migration services. And then application discovery service is a service that collects information about the usage and configuration of on-premises service to help plan a migration to AWS. So these people, some of these services, can't they put them together? So something like
it makes sense.
Charlie, because something like this one, the migration hub can be just be put together. All right. What the hell?
Just one stress human being.
Okay, so a company wants to create a learning application for students. The learning application must give students the option to choose a button to have the text read out loud to them. Which AWS machine learning service will meet this requirement?
Charlie, you should say this be practitioner questions.
I was expecting this question, Charlie.
Okay, so Bridget says B, Beatrice says B.
Amazon Poly.
Isaac also answer says B. That's Poly.
Or are they using?
So let us know. Those of you who are choosing the answers, boom, boom, boom. You have done it before, right? If you have done it before, that's
explain that.
Because I shared the link. Anyway, this one, let's use elimination, right? Let's use elimination method to, yes, Bridget says basically, yes, so she's done it before. Now let's use elimination to get the correct answer. Which is true and poor. All right. So let's even forget the Amazons here. Let's look at transcribe. So in actual sense, transcribe is just you listening to audio, right? And then converting it to text, right? Converting it to writings, right? So it means that, and for this one, it says it will read out loud the text to them. So it means here transcribe is out, right? Let's look at translate. I'm skipping it because the poly looks odd, but these ones are simple ones that we can translate, right? So translate more or less like a translation service. So if the thing is in English, definitely just translate it to Chinese or French for us, right? That's basically what translation means. So we can eliminate this one as well. And then textract is to extract text. I think yesterday we looked at it when we were looking at one question, is to extract text. And then the question also says read out, have the text read out. So textract is also out. So it makes poly the odd one between them. So these ones, we are just trying to eliminate, we just eliminated the ones that we know, or the ones that we have like literal understanding of it, and then left the odd one out. So let's see. Exactly. So this one basically below 2. Yes, and that makes it the correct one, right? So basically, as we explained, it's a service that uses machine learning to convert audio data to text, right? And then Poly is a machine learning service that converts text to speech. Translate is a language translation service. Great. And then Textract can extract text from a scanned document. So at some points, Loto for work. So this one is select 2. So which of the functionalities are characteristics of Amazon S3? So we are selecting 2. We could see your answer. So we are selecting 2. So Dr. Seth says B and D. Judith says B and E. So Isaac also has also selected B and E. Prince B and E. Bridget B and E. Okay. Dr. Seth says he meant E. Okay, so I think the majority is B and E, which I also agree. All right, so we got that one also correct. We are doing well. And
people should answer. People should answer. The ones who are just there, they are quiet and they are not saying anything. You two are you saying anything?
So a company requires an encrypted connection between the company's on-premises service and AWS. The connection must use the company's existing internet connection. So here we are looking at encrypted connection between on-prem and then AWS, and we are looking at existing internet connection.
Site VPN.
This one, I say he has delivered 11 minutes course on it before on the group.
Ibab. All right, so obviously the answer is D. Great. So what are benefits of using the AWS cloud for companies with customers in many countries around the world? So we are looking at customers with many countries, a company with customers in many countries around the world. So A says companies can deploy applications in multiple AWS regions to reduce latency. We are selecting 2 anyway. And B says translate automatically. Sorry, yes. What is this? The B, I know the Bab. I'm also translate automatically, translate third-party website. I mean, this one.
So he passed the strike test here.
I swear. C, Amazon CloudFront has multiple edge locations around the world to reduce latency. Amazon Comprehend allows users to build, and then elastic load balancing can redistribute application web traffic across. So A and C, Sita says A and C.
Yeah.
Vida says A and C. Dr. Seb says A and B.
A and C more.
Papa's phone says A and E. Nana Adomako says A and C. Okay, so I think the majority is A and C.
A and C.
All right, so we look at A and C, and that's correct. Yes. So Dr. Seps was A and B. So B translates.
Yeah.
I mean, Amazon Translate, no, they do anything actually. Like as far as reaching global customers are concerned, right? So yes, B doesn't come close. All right. Somebody also talked about A and E, right? So in the case of load balancing, we are looking at balancing loads or distributing load across multiple instances in the same availability zone. Right. So that one does not go across regions.
Is Aram here?
Aram, if you are here, just type yes.
Mute and respond.
Yeah, that works. Anyway, go ahead.
Moku, go ahead. Somebody is asking that if CLF C02 has been retired.
September 18th.
Yes, he has been retired long time. All right. So a user needs to automatically discover, classify, and protect sensitive data stored in Amazon S3. Which AWS service can meet these requirements? So KC says B. So we are looking at discover,
people when they answer the questions, do they know
serious,
this?
bro?
Yes. So KC, you will have to explain. Yes, B. Papa's phone.
Yeah, you can't just answer.
This one, at least they should explain.
Because yes. So if myself, I've done it before, right? I've done it. I know all the answers, but I just want I just want us to all be on the same page, right? So that okay. So let's use elimination. Secret manager. I'm not even sure it's a service, but yes, for me it sounds odd to me. So I'll remove that. Okay, so let's wait for that. Let's leave it. But guard duty and inspector automatically is off because
why? I'm thinking it's inspector. So why are you moving inspector?
Okay, I come. So for guard duty is like 24/7 security, right? Who is just trying to guard your infrastructure. Now, inspector inspects your is it the EC2 instance or whatever it is against a template. You understand? It inspects your EC2 instance, or no, is it your EC2 instance or your security group or your firewall? I've forgotten, but yes, it inspects something against a template, and then also gives you or search for the vulnerabilities in them. If anybody is getting unrestricted access, you get it. So that is also out. And then somebody says secret manager is for securing passwords. Okay, that also makes sense. Prince, Judith, they laugh you. Say
Make it wind down.
All right. So secret manager is also out. So we are left with Massey. Say Macy or say Massey. All right.
Amazon Macy.
Macy. All right, so Macy is correct. So it's an automated security assessment service that helps improve the security and compliance of applications deployed on AWS. And yes, for Massey, sometimes they might also ask what service is used to something. Is it for personal identification resources, something like your credit card details and then all that? That one is also
now to Macy they do.
Macy, yeah. Abi, credit card details are part of sensitive data.
Oh, okay.
Or it's also called PII, personal identifiable information or something. So which credential components are required to gain programmatic access to an AWS account? Make the answers flow. So an access key ID, a primary key ID, a secret. We are selecting two. So Judy says ANC, Isaac Owusu and San ANC, KC, code, green code, ANC. Bridget says ANC. Anybody else? Okay, so all of you choose ANC. All of you choose ANC. Come and explain, Doctor. Yeah, Isaac Owusu says they are like username and password.
Username and password, hey.
Hey, go home.
Go and sleep.
Username and password, we will choose user ID.
I can even choose user ID.
Judy says elimination.
Will not be everything will be elimination.
But if you understand.
Dr. Sefs, do us the honors.
Yes, Dr. Sefs, do us the honors. Somebody say ANC more be popular.
So right. what this guy they talk me through Isaac also answer.
Okay.
So it's more like username and password. So programmatic access be accessing from your CLI then using SDK. So more times they use SDKs and there's a user, there's an access key ID and then a secret access key. I don't know if anyone here has used Firebase before, but if you've used Firebase before, you see something like that. Every SDK has it. So
yes, I agree. Even when you encrypt a file, right? And then you are sending it over for somebody to decrypt, there is a public access. So sometimes you can have public access key and then secret private access key, right? So the public access key,
basically public and private keys.
Private keys, exactly. So the access key and then the secret access key is correct.
AWS won't change the name of everything. This is just public and private.
Charlie. Vida says that abbreviations are not confusing.
That is true.
And the alphabet abbreviations there yesterday like this. WAF threw us away. So let's try. We just have to try and then. Yes, so when you are doing like API access calls, or you need those keys, right? That is Benji. Yes, that is true. So it's basically private and then public keys. The AWS are just changing the names, right? That is where most of the problems are. The names that they've changed the normal operating system terms. So a company is hosting a static website from a single Amazon S3 bucket, which AWS service will achieve lower latency and higher transfer speeds. So Judy says the doctor says the ACD. Ibn Mat says B.
Will achieve lower latency and high transfer speed.
Lower latency. Someone said B. Okay.
Yeah, someone says B.
Interesting.
Yes. I like it when like we have like multiple.
Yeah, varying.
Yes, varying answers so that.
But the thing is that those who give the right answers will not come out to explain, so it doesn't make it really interesting. So.
Yeah, that's the problem. Yes, so we are just forced to explain it ourselves. All right, Sita says D. Okay, so all of you chose D, right? Explain. So assuming
Sita explain.
Yes, Sita explain. You are the last to type D. Explain. So if we disagree, and then you have to convince us that yes, it is D.
Hey, Stubborn Academy.
I swear.
Yeah, right. But this thing also helps. So I'm just saying, this thing also helps because
yes,
I'm able to explain.
Aha.
You're not going to be doing cheap and poor with customers. Let's say you happen to work at AWS after this.
Yes, you understand. People understand and explain these things to them.
No objectives you'll be answering.
Godman said Godman they talk.
Hey, Godman, people are pouring. He said people are pouring. You want them to explain. Okay, so Sita says she just picked on lower latency.
Okay. So
okay, that makes sense. Papa's phone says CloudFront employs caching technology to reduce latency. Somebody also said content delivery network. That one. And CloudFront is content delivery. Okay, Judith. Yes, so I think it's it's understandable. So the person who chose B, I mean, DynamoDB has to do with no SQL database, right? So that one is automatically out. Elastic Beanstalk is about quickly deploying applications. That one is also out. Route 53. Yes, Route 53 is a DNS service. It's like a domain. Yes. So it leaves CloudFront.
Hey, Bridget is saying something.
Yeah, so D, because looking at the options, Beanstalk has to do with web apps. The other is database, and Route 53 is DNS. Exactly. Yeah. So we literally said the same thing.
Hey, people know that.
Hey, people know as well. A company needs to monitor and receive alerts about AWS Management Console sign-in events that involve the AWS account root user. Which AWS service can the company use to meet these requirements? A. Okay, so we are choosing A.
I think we even talked about this yesterday.
Yeah, yes, we talked about it. Okay, so Eben says C.
Trusted advisor.
Okay, so we spoke about this yesterday. So when we are talking about monitoring, we are looking at CloudWatch, right? Trusted advisor, more or less. How do I put it? I'm finding a way to explain. Anyway, so CloudWatch is the type that you can configure it, right, to work with the Amazon Simple Notification Service, right? That is the SNS to give you alerts. So we are looking at monitor and receiving alerts. For trusted advisor, I actually don't know how it really works, but trusted advisor looks at your AWS infrastructure, right? And then gives you recommendations. Yes, it looks out for you in a sense, exactly. And it gives you recommendations as to the best security practices that you can use, or the best practices that you can use to make your infrastructure in order to save cost, and yes, basically to save costs. Exactly, when we are not following the best practices. But here we are looking at login alert. So CloudWatch, as I said, is the, as we all people. So how many people chose C Arnold? And then please, if I don't mention, no, this name I will not mention. I might butcher the name, so you let me leave it. It's simple. It looks simple, but I cannot mention.
I won't hear Bridget's voice. She says the type. I won't hear your voice.
Yes, did she talk?
Bridget.
Yeah, Bridget talk yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yes, I think she asked a question really like that. And you even said, I asked if she was the one I met at Abiling, when you were like, nah, she comes to
I asked
Spintech.
about the thing not being available. The form.
Yeah.
By the way, no talk. By the way,
You did come. He said, what do you want to do with her voice? Charlie, the lady's voice, they do something.
You just the one day my talk. Make you mind. I no go mind that.
If you hear woman in voice, Charlie, they do something. They do plenty things.
When I know my heart safe sync already.
Wow. All of them, they help. You see how I say that's 11 minutes, and then we are not tired of it. Like she can do as long as she wants. So which tasks are the customer's responsibility according to the AWS shared responsibility model? So patch the operating system that AWS Lambda functions use. So this, we are looking at the customer's responsibility. Install patches on Amazon RDS database instances, control physical access. So there's DNE. All right, DNE. I think for this one, what we can do is that if you are doing elimination, your mind go feel you small. So you first look out for the roles of the customer, and then you select from there. So this one, configure IAM users according to the principle of least privilege. And here, yes, configure an Amazon S3 bucket to allow public access. Right. This one is what? Control physical access. So immediately you see physical access, and then there is what? Data center. Then you know that this one is out. Right. And then the RDS DB instances, these ones are managed services. So customer doesn't patch those instances. They don't update those instances. And then the operating system, that's Lambda functions used. Lambda is a software as a service. So you just use it. You don't care about whatever happens to it. All you know is that the
platform.
It be platform. Yeah, it be platform. Sorry.
Yeah, platform as a service.
It be platform as a service. Yeah. So you just go there, write your codes, run your codes, and then good to go. All right. A user deploys an Amazon RDS DB instance in multiple availability zones. This strategy involves which pillar of the AWS well-architected framework? So answers: performance efficiency, reliability, cost optimization, security.
Hey, upon a drop.
All right. So yes, doing a multi-AZ deployment ensures what? Reliability. So it's prevent what is it called? Is this single site failure or something?
I think it's failovers or something.
Yes. Failovers or yes, and then yes, higher availability as well. Yes, single point of failure. Yes, it prevents that thing, right? So that's reliability.
I hope everybody on the call understands what's happening. Those who are quiet.
Well, oh yeah, Arena I was saying me ferry me can't send it.
We follow.
Great. Because I mean, we are we just the help one body to say we go pass because looking at the way things are going, and if you look at today's expert session, the questions that these guys said, they themselves they are aware that at least most of these things wasn't talked about, right? I think one thing that he was saying to motivate us was that these questions are not for you to are not meant for you to feel like you are not studying. I was like, well, so this one they be motivate. This will be motivational speak. Forget.
Most of the questions for the no be part of the things we do.
Yeah. So the problem is that you see there are a lot of this the cloud practitioner itself is a free. It's free, right? And there are a lot of people. A lot of people have modules on it, but it follows the same modules. Like you have 10 modules, but different details. Even the scale builder has theirs. Where we looked at yesterday's questions is for scale builder, and they have like 10 modules, which talks about like other things that our modules even didn't talk about. Right. And then thinking of the fact that even ours is from the academy makes the whole thing even some way.
Charlie.
Yeah, Lex is doing the hard things too much. Why?
Exactly. See,
You
ours.
Overdo it.
Okay, somebody said in the express session, they said something about managed services better than customer service. One of the questions, yes. So yes, for managed services, right? When it's a managed service, it's more efficient because you the customer don't handle a lot of things. Just look at AWS Lambda. Imagine if you are the one to be handling patching the Lambda, patching the OS and then all that. So anytime it's outdated, you have to take care of it. And sometimes you might even face errors or inefficiency because of the outdated operating system. And you might not know till probably you troubleshoot or you diagnose to see that, okay, then I have to patch my OS, right? But since these services are managed for you, it is always up to date and it is always working. So all you have to do is to just come and do your stuff and then go. So yes, if it is managed, or some of these things are automated. So yes, they are efficient than the customers bits, right? Okay, Papa, you have your papa's phone, you have your hand raised.
Yeah, but I was thinking, isn't that why they give us like all these other services like CloudWatch and all these things to be able to track and make our thing better ourselves? I don't know.
Yes.
So they are there for you to track and all that, but isn't it better for AWS to do it for you instead of it's alerting you and then you do whatever you're doing and go and
do it?
Exactly. I think that's the whole reason for the manage and manage service.
Yes.
So that you don't spend time.
Yeah, okay.
Because you are working on your application.
I understand,
you are
but
trying to build.
I think the word better over there that was confusing me a bit. Maybe if the word was efficient, something.
Yeah.
Just maybe use you're trying to try and say it was more advantageous to use the managed and unmanaged. So.
Thank you.
Yes. And okay, somebody also asked the S3 and then the Dynamo DB for VPC endpoint gateway. I think I explained that one as well. So the question, I think that one is English. It be English that it was the English that through some of us. Of myself, I got the question wrong, right? So it was asking that which of the services supports connection, right, from the VPC through endpoint gateway. So which of the following AWS services supports VPC endpoint gateway, right, for private connection from a VPC. You get it? So I think it was how the question was coined, right? And it is what's it called, the S3 and the DynamoDB. These are services that can be connected through to the VPC, or the VPC can connect to through an endpoint gateway. I think in one of the modules or in the labs, that thing was said that if you are configuring an endpoint, then it means that you would want to connect the VPC itself to another service. So that's basically
that's why it's important to understand the question first before you start doing the elimination tactics.
Yeah.
The understanding of the question is much more important.
Yeah. So one thing that you can also do is that
they'll try to frame the question in a way to confuse you, like
exactly.
they say, distract.
Yes.
So if you don't read the question well, you'll be answering it in a different way.
Yes.
If they are not witches, I don't know what they are.
Charlie. So even with this, you can do the elimination, right? So SNS is a notification service, right? So you can take that one out, and EC2, as you know, is a compute service that can be launched within the VPC. So you don't need like an endpoint gateway connection to connect to an EC2 instance. So that one can also, and then the SQS is a queuing service, right? So you can use that one to eliminate those ones, and then leave, since you are to select two, these are the two that will be left, and then you select it. This the person who asked the question, I hope you're okay. So let's move on. So some of them, I think that, and you see, that is one, that is the benefit of practicing more exam questions, and also the benefit of these group sections, right? Because for me myself, I've learned a lot from these sessions, from talking, because sometimes I just have to be fast and then rack my brains and then find some logic around the questions or the answers. All right. So it also helps in my learning. Is there? All right. So which AWS service allows customers to purchase unused Amazon EC2 capacity at an often discounted rate? So the keyword here is unused Amazon EC2 instance. From 38 to, I think we went to 40 safe. They have started sleeping. Okay, so we have D. Yes, so obviously it's D, right? So for dedicated instances, we know what dedicated instances are. So that one goes out. Reserved instances, we spoke about it. And then on demand, we also spoke about that one. Right? So it leaves spot instance. So spot instance are kind of like spare spaces that are unused. So you can borrow and then use it and release it, or AWS can take it whenever they need it. And you use these ones for things that can like withstand. There was a question on that can withstand interruptions, right? So even if you lose the EC2 instance, you don't lose your work, or you don't lose your data. So whenever the EC2 instance is back up, you are able to get access to it as well, right? Great. Now, each department within a company has its own independent AWS account and its own payment method. I think this question is becoming common and easy to answer. The company needs to centralize departmental governance and consolidate payment. How can how can the company achieve these objectives by using AWS services? So I wouldn't want us to wait.
Easy question.
Yes, and I think and we discussed this thing today when we are doing the economics and billing. So it's just the procedure. So you create an organization in the AWS organizations with all the features enabled within one account, and then what? Invite all the accounts to join the organization. That is the first, I think, first 2 steps in creating the account. Wait. A company wants to establish a consistent and private connection from the company's on-premises data center to the AWS cloud. Which service?
Is it not a repeated question?
It's not. So read this one.
It's not too.
It's not.
Okay, you were. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's not.
I see.
This question be like if them a regular question. Everywhere they come.
Yeah. You see them everywhere.
And they
Yeah.
for the express questions if they come.
So I think I've seen a trend there. The questions, they are all getting the questions from. So when you look at the exam topics, most of these questions are in exam topics. And then the app that I was using to send in the polls also have like most of the questions that the exam topics have. So I think that if we are able to wrap our head around.
does AWS work on like Pascal basis?
So no, they don't work on Pascal basis. They coin the questions around the concept, and then based on what they have said that they in their exam guide that they will set questions on. But sometimes when you go, the questions might not be the same.
Yeah.
But it might definitely talk about the same thing. The keywords that you are looking for, you find them.
The question might not be the same, but the concept will be the same.
Yeah, it will be the same.
That's why the concept is important.
Yeah, so if you can apply the concept, that's all.
Okay, so this one is C, direct connect, right? So the other one had internet in it, but this one didn't have internet. Right. So this one doesn't talk about internet connection. So it's direct connect. What are the advantages of deploying an application with an Amazon EC2 instances in multiple availability zones? We are selecting 2. I think we answered the question earlier, and then we talked about single point of failure and then the increasing availability of the application. That's basically about multi-AZ. You don't reduce operational costs by doing multi-AZ. And you don't serve cross-region because you are deploying in availability zones, and you know the availability zones are within what? A region. So you are not.
See is the distractor.
Exactly.
Yeah. So if you don't know what a region is and what availability zone is, this one we go get you.
And then multiple AZ does not increase the load of the application. I wish there was some database questions. Somebody, let me quickly look at that's per the domains that AWS sets the questions on. Is there a part that's specific? Because I think the one that constitutes database, the percentage is small, I think, right? So that percentage that yes, check. Let's see. I think it has to do with the technologies. Also,
yeah, technology and
cloud
services.
technology and services.
That's the highest.
34%.
That's the highest.
That's the
yeah. That's 34%. Yeah. So and it depends on the exam, but I think
the technology is plenty, so it's not necessarily saying maybe you see
the database. Yes, because it will be shared across. So that is why we are seeing Massey and then Poly and
yeah. So you can pray. Purpose for you can pray for your God make it give you database questions.
Database questions. Charlie. Somebody want to turn on video.
Who is that? Who told you want to see your face?
Charlie, be coming down.
Be coming down. A company It's Papa's phone. Okay. A company requires a relational database on AWS that records new customer orders from a website. Which AWS service or feature will meet this requirement? So it requires relational database on. So we are looking at relational database and records new customer data from a website. Here I'm seeing CC, I see B, I see E.
This is what I like.
Yes, I like it this way. Okay. Where is Bridget and Judith? They are sleeping. Hey, Judith, hey, they are here. Sorry, madams. Okay, so let's look at B. So B is so we are eliminating the varied answers, right? So B, DynamoDB. So DynamoDB is for non-relational database. It's for no SQL. So that one is automatically out, right? And E. Who said E? No, there's no E safe.
Hey. Who took the E?
They put no answer for them. Let me tell you the E.
Even Matt.
Chairman.
So I presume it was D that you were typing. D is like a block storage service, right? So it is just a block storage service. It's not a database service. And then the global accelerator, I don't know what it is, but definitely it's not it, right? So Aurora is a relational database service. So let's read about Aurora. So Aurora is a MySQL and then PostgreSQL compatible relational database built for the cloud. Right? Aurora combines the performance and availability of traditional enterprise databases with the simplicity and cost effectiveness of open source databases. So see, for this kind of database, it's when they say it's open source, right? It's taking customer data or customer orders from a website. So more or less, like the more the orders comes, the more the database is populated. It's not something that you pre-populate, right? So Infantry Chimusa. A company is
Eben Matt, you know, go make that mistake. Or if you are writing the answers on the paper, maybe that's how it is or something. Or you are typing it.
Then you write a paper talk.
You are typing it on this thing. Go and type.
Yeah, then you could type the letter. One more time, before just use mouse, then select.
Yeah.
So Judy says the global no is what? Myself, I don't know what the global accelerator is.
Global it is just a distractor.
So we just let that one be. And a company is moving all of their development activities to AWS. The company wants a solution.
I'm looking it up.
Okay, sure.
Global what? Global
accelerator.
Accelerator.
All right, so let's answer this whilst Prince is looking that one up. Activities to AWS. The company wants a solution to store and manage their developers' source code. Hey, this one, no answer is coming. No, we all don't know. Okay.
The company is what? The company is moving all of their development activities to AWS.
No cloud
The company wants a solution to store and manage
their developers' source code.
Code artifacts, code build, code pipeline, code commits.
So I saw A, and now there is D, 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 D. Okay, so
choose D then, yeah.
Yeah, Moku choose D. D is actually the correct answer, but we'll read the wrong ones to understand them. So code artifact is a managed artifact repository service that stores and shares software that is ready for deployment. Okay, so
It's not a source code management service.
but we wanted the meaning of the artifact, but they still brought the artifact here. Artifact repository service that stores and shares software that is ready for deployment. So let's say also I think obviously Chacha C. All right, so basically the artifact might be like a tangible stuff. So the software, a ready software might be the artifact, right? And then code build is a service that helps users to automatically compile source code, run unit tests, and produce software packages that are ready for deployment. Okay. And then the code pipeline is a service that manages the movement of code between the individual services. Okay, so it manages movement. All right. And then commit is a source code version control service. Okay. It helps users to store and manage developer source code. Okay. Same way. Which AWS service identifies security groups that allow unrestricted access to a user's AWS? I think I've spoken about this one also. Papa's phone. Papa's phone. Bring your answer. If Judith is Jack, you to bring your answer. You can also be a whale.
He said this was Kahoot, like she refers.
Charlie, that Kahoot thing, sound like be paid though. That's why I didn't let us use it. You have to pay.
Let me be.
Yes, you for pay to allow like multiple users at the same time. The free one just takes, I think, 5 users per. Hey, this one, I've forgotten the correct answer anyway. So, okay, there is A.
But how is it A? Because it says it allow unrestricted access to a user's AWS resources.
Trusted advisor and they allow access.
It said so it says
Security group, so
no, you know they
it
allow.
identifies the security groups.
Yes, it identifies the
security groups that
allow unrestricted
So
access.
after you've written or configured your security group, it will just alert you
That okay,
that
this one is allowing.
this.
So seeing A. Okay, you just say I'm not a shark. I have good teachers, Nana and Prince. Oh yeah, Prince there. Them correct teachers. So trusted advisor, right?
This one, I don't know.
I forget, but
But me, I see I'm like it be cloud.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Dial them.
Because let's see, trail is for logs, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Config is for something I've forgotten. Yesterday we talked
I think it's for I think some of these services just how the services will be working or something like that.
Yeah. I think it's used to audit and change something. I've forgotten. Yeah. So one is correct. So one is correct, one is a distractor. Okay, so let me see. I think
the identifies there. No, I think it's CloudWatch.
Yeah, that is what I also think. But I think the majority was A.
So let's choose A.
Yes, let's choose A and then C.
Drum roll, please.
Esu?
Yeah. Hey, Charlie. Jesus.
And
I'm
read them,
thinking
read
the
them
main
if
thing
it's
is the security groups. Because
Yeah.
see, after you've done all your configuration, trusted advisor basically just gives you recommendations that this and
Okay.
this is not safe, this and this is not.
Yeah. So okay, let's see. Check security groups for rules that allow unrestricted access to resource. Unrestricted access increases opportunities for yenim. CloudWatch.
And I was proud.
Okay, so CloudWatch is a monitoring service that collects and tracks.
And
Yeah. Metrics. Exactly.
okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
What is the minimum? Yes, I think I spoke about this one too today. What is the minimum AWS support plan that provides technical support through phone calls?
Minimum AWS. See the way they cap the minimum AWS.
Yes. So here the distractor is D for looking at how the question was coined. Like
because for basic you don't even get any
serious
yes, you don't get
any
anything.
support. You don't get any support. So
poverty. That's what poverty can do.
Okay, so basic is out, right? And now for developer, I know that for developer, you can only send emails. You don't do phone calls.
So it's B.
Right. And then for enterprise and then business, enterprise is the highest, like the maximum. So so that's yes.
Some of these questions.
Yes, Bridget, yes. Developer is 247 chats or through emails. If you want to like reach to them directly, is emails. Yes.
But
No, so
she know that you know.
Charlie. Yeah, so Papa's phone. Who's talking? Is it Judy that's talking?
Godman.
Yeah, so Papa's phone, the real minimum doesn't begins at business. The minimum support service. Yeah, we discussed it today. The minimum support service is the basic, right? There's also free tier. As for free tier, there you don't even get anything at all. But so like support service support, ankasa, no, it starts from basic. But in the context of this question, it's asking for the minimum support plan that supports phone call. So we are looking at the minimum with respect to phone calls. You get it? Yeah.
We are looking at the support plans that have phone calls, but the minimum.
Yes, but the minimum, exactly. Yes, with these questions, yes, the minimum is the business. Nanka ya select ya ni eti.
Hey, Charlie.
Nanka explanation in a bogus. So how does AWS charge for Lambda usage once the free tier has been exceeded? Select 2.
This one, yeah, no idea.
Okay, so Moku eliminate. Now, okay, Judy says A and C. Papa says C and E. Sita says A and C.
ANC.
I make you people no go there and go do ANC for them.
If like say the answers will play to the ANC.
Cause yeah, you go. Yes. Okay, so you know go happy say you people go there all the multiple response or you choose ANC.
Oh, you don't know that. Or if you don't know the answer, crap, like you over
if you don't know the answer, just go for ANC.
ANC, that way. Okay, so I saw someone saying E, or there was no E.
I saw some
yes, I saw.
GB inside.
So there was E. I've seen E here.
C and E, C and E.
Yes, C and E. Okay, so let's look at E. Now, you are not charged for the total number of, lambda functions in your account, right? Your function is a function. So you are not charged for that. According to Lambda or according to AWS, you are charged for the time that the code runs. So by the time it takes for the Lambda function to run, right? And then the number of requests made for a given Lambda function. So B says the number of versions for a specific Lambda function. No, the versions doesn't also count. The programming language doesn't also count, right? So it's the request that you are making, right? So because as you make the request, as you make an API call to the Lambda function, it runs, the code will run or the function will run. So yes, you'll be charged for it. So as you request, you'll be charged for it. And then the time that it takes for the Lambda function to also run, you will also be charged for it. So it's A and C. Okay, so I think that's 20 out of 20. So we are finished. Okay, let's look at our grades. The confusing part is when the free tier ends. Yeah, so yes, they are telling you that when the free tier ends. So after it ends, when are they going to charge you, right? Oh, so yeah, great. We got 95 out of 20. 80 back
May
over.
this be what we do.
We get one wrong.
Yeah, be one wrong. The first one. The very first one.
Go see this song.
Yes, we did it.
90, 95 and above 200.
Charlie, let's all celebrate
It goes
ourselves.
sweet to hey.
Serious.
Hey, we be see you did.
So okay, so I think
Let me review the questions once again. Or you want us to
chairman.
go through the answers here or what?
No,
oh
question
We
one,
can't
the
go
one
through
we
the
go
20
wrong.
again.
okay, so let's look
Yeah,
at
why we
question
go
one.
wrong?
Yeah, so for question one, I think we even looked at it. So
Okay.
we understood that if it just talked about the Oracle database, then we can confidently go for the database management service, migration service, that's the DMS, right? But here it talked about the server and then the database itself. And yes, that one we are not privy to it, but we got to understand that the application migration service is suitable for this one. And as I said, AWS has a model called lift and shift, right? So that one you lift like a whole application and then its server that is hosting, and then you put it on an EC2 instance. So you are not leaving the database behind, right? And then the database management service, you are just transferring the data from the database, from the database server. You don't even lift the server itself. You are just taking the data out of the server, and then you put it on EC2. So that's where you use and then the migration hub is a service to planning and track. So it's for planning and tracking. And
How different is this from the container? Because from container, like how the container, they are saying that the application has everything it needs to run inside the container. So everywhere you lift it, it will run by itself. So how different is that from this one? Because this one is also lifting both the server and then the database.
Yeah, so container, the lifting and things is just about running on different devices.
Okay.
So you're just storing the container services in AWS just provides like storage for it. So the lifting and things is just if you move it to this computer or this server, is it going to still run?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I understand. So okay, so the MGN more or less works like movers, right? So you are moving from your house to another place, and then you order for a service to come and help you move, right? That is like the migration service that we are talking about here. But the container is more or less like, okay. Hey!
Who that?
Okay.
Which kind
This
of
why this
answer?
why be Dr. Sebs. If Dr.
Sorry,
Sebs
sir.
when you do this, I see in him. Oh
Like I
yeah.
said, you will kneel down.
Yesterday, the one who did the drawing, we didn't see the verse.
The person know enough.
Yeah, so for the MGN, yes, is lift and shift. The pressure day some of us on a top since they conf. Was it make you no conf your body? Bridget says pardon. Which parts? Which part should we pardon? Vida has also wait, let me. Vida has
Oh, but Vida, we've
uh,
caught you. Vida, we've caught you.
you come and give us voice. She has put a dot here. Hey.
And Vida, what's up?
Come and give us voice. You didn't give us voice. You are drawing on our screen.
But I figure you disable them.
But I don't know how.
You know, be the host. I
Yeah.
forget.
So, what was it called? Someone spoke after Prince's question. Yeah, the container. Okay. So, Dr. Sebs, maybe for explain the container again. Yeah, so that was what I was trying to also. So the container is more or less like, okay, let me put if it's something that holds you in, let's say, it's in a container that helps. So it only aids in functioning whatever the environment that you are. That is what the container does. And then the migration service is more or less like, okay, help me move from here to here. But depending on the kind of things that I'm moving, right? So like the DBS will be like, okay, I am the data in the room, so you take me to another room. But the MGN will be like, okay, take me and my bed and then put me in another room. But container will be like, if you take me to another person's room, will I be able to sleep or will I be able to live there?
I still function.
So basically, the container is like cooking food and packing it in a ice chest and carrying it everywhere. You can eat it there and everything. Anywhere you go, you can eat it there. But for the MGM, they're carrying you and the kitchen and your house to everywhere you are going.
Everywhere you are going. Exactly. Is when filling the Pearson View account creation form, what do we need to put at the leave it, ignore?
But has anyone like gotten the exam vouchers yet?
Yes, the voucher, if you fill the form, it will be sent to you via email from I think from AWS.
Okay.
Yes, so you have to check. You see AWS support or something. And Charlie, take your vouchers and then book the exam sessions. Just put it at 22nd. When yes, is it from X vouchers? Yeah, okay. I mean, I've forgotten. Just book. You can book 22nd, right? If there is a date available, just book it. So whilst we move on, if you think you are confident and you want to change your date and then push it, then you push it because the time slots are filling up. So that is what I did basically. I've requested for the voucher and I've booked 22nd.
You say X voucher?
Yes, he said the email will come from X vouchers.
Okay.
Yeah.
But so the link to that is in the modules, right? It's in the canvas.
Yes, it's in a canvas. So after you finish after you finish and then you complete your knowledge checks, right? You will see exam readiness. It is after the exam resources. Right.
Yeah.
So and then you just fill it's just from yes, no questions. After
it's a survey. It's a survey.
Yeah, it's a survey.
When you submit, a mail will be sent to you
with the voucher code and then all that. And there is a link that you will follow to create your account and all that. Just leave the company session fill your name and then your email address. That's the most important thing. And then use the email that you used to register for ALS. From there, it will now take you to Pearson View to book your slots and then all those things. And it will require the voucher number. Please also select the correct time zone. Yes. So make sure you have selected GMT.
Times when they finish select we your body file their hours.
Bridget, no, I'm not doing online. I'm doing on site. Me, my house, plenty
If you're
noise
doing
and
online there, then it means your internet in your house there.
my house plenty noise.
I think we are all doing on site, unless maybe somebody will say they are doing online.
Oh, some people are doing online. There was a lady
Eh.
there was a lady that spoke to me. She says she has like some office that she would want to do it, so she is doing online.
Oh, okay. Hey Ben, they are saying you see a mail from X vouchers. So
Yes,
when
and
you see that mail,
Bridget, is it my location that you want? I chose JetLink, the one at Airport West. There was one the map was showing Kotuka Airport inside, but I looked at it. The thing is also at Oyarefa.
when airports go cut Oyarefa.
This will be your village people,
So I see that and I say, quiet, let me choose my Airport West and be free now.
Yeah, Airport
just
West.
link to
I think that's the best.
Yeah,
Airport
far
West.
from plenty places.
Yeah.
I see that from a Google Maps.
Really, choose JetLink, okay? Then we'll go together. Let me know when you would want to go and write.
You can't copy, so what will be the point?
At least if you have somebody to go with, you get some vim small.
Yeah.
You go make somebody go give you pressure. Uber also on way we not
choose JetLink. When you finish, just send me a message and then let's decide on the day you go and write. Yes, the centers doesn't open on Sunday, so I think Saturday they open. No, but if you are doing online, you'll be able to select the 22nd. Online, I think you can do it any day that you want, and even any time that you want, 5 a.m. or you can do it.
But JetLink, they are open from Mondays to Fridays.
So I'm waiting to receive the voucher. Yeah, I go change them. Add me. I hear. So you people just choose. Okay, you fill the form today.
I think it's something we can discuss in the group to know those who are going on which day and which time, so that you just.
But I think the way it is, JetLink, they do, I think, only 12 persons per day because of how the thing is. So
hey, you say what?
The way the thing is, no, if you how many minutes? 65 minutes, right? Or 90 minutes?
If you 90 minutes.
90 minutes, Where then they do, be just AWS, but then they do.
Yeah,
so
different
tests. Then they give 5 people per session for the AWS. So if 5 people per session, and then if you do, I think 12 human beings per day. Something
from
like that.
From when to when them they operate?
Mondays to Fridays.
Yeah, JetLink has the highest number. Yes, it's true.
Yeah, Mondays to Fridays. I think 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So
okay.
The exams plenty, so they're not going to give you all the
exam
all like that.
But at least
you get your voucher now. If you look sharp, them book else you go front.
Oh, but maybe anybody that will go with me to JetLink, I'll wait for them, even if I am doing first or whatever it is.
I bet you say you didn't Nungwa.
Yeah, I did Nungwa.
So maybe you go.
All right. There's one at Circle, but Circle, the whole thing they threw me off. The Circle, the fact that is. So let's go to JetLink. Tema. But there's no center close to Tema. So use the motorway.
Look at JetLink.
Use
the motor link.
Yeah.
You use motorway.
The motorway, you go pass through
let's just agree on the time then. I think if you all fall within the same time, then we can just meet there.
Yeah. Ruben, I'm at Brigade. All right, so but I think because the rest, Charlie, I see that the map the point. And serious, if you go to the, I even wanted to take screenshot. The Pearson view marker is pointing to Kotoka. I even zoomed in the map. It's pointing to Kotoka.
This one, yeah,
Meanwhile, the address is Oyarefa. So quietly, I say, hey, go, you go. Let me choose my Jets Lake. Yes, Charlie, it's not pressure. It's just, I mean, anxiety. I mean, it's exam anxiety, and these things I mean, we can't fault ourselves or blame ourselves too much, right? It's just how exams in Ghana is made to be like from school. So the kind of tension they create, right? So most of us have grown with that. So anytime you're approaching exams, there's a lot of tension and then all that. But I mean, we've all wrote the exams and then passed to this point.
You get 2 chances if not pass first one, second one.
Yeah. That's the whole thing. You have 2 chances if you don't pass. And this one, be like the primary thing where Charlie people go laugh you
So
or your
somebody go
parent.
chop, you say chop last.
Chop last then since Charlie.
No pressure, no pressure.
Today was evidence. The questions that were coming. Somebody said he said it, he now said he's ready for the exams, but nah. I saw that today. I laugh. I said, Charlie, the questions we played is so. Okay, so somebody also shared a link. Let's see. Let me see this one so that maybe tomorrow we can look at it as well. God willing, tomorrow. You reviewed these ones already. Tutorials.
Killer show, man.
Killer show. Let me see, please. You said you. This pop-up that they complain. Okay, the questions are here. CLFC02. Last updated September 19th. Okay, let me bookmark this. Right? Let me bookmark this. God willing, tomorrow we'll look at it. How many questions are they? Oh, they are just 10. Or we can look at them. They are just 10. So let's try and then do it. All right. So which of the following channels shares a collection of offerings to help you achieve specific business outcomes related to enterprise? Let me open the chat here. Enterprise cloud adoption through paid engagement in several specialty practice areas. Hey, but what is?
What's with this?
Wait. Channel shares a collection of offerings
to help you achieve
the question. These questions, I saw the link from one of the resources after you are done with the what's the name, the cloud foundation thing. Yes, yeah, the cloud computing session. So
yeah, those links.
And one of the resources that's from the link from ALX.
Isn't a study guide or?
Yeah, they are supposed to be like sample questions from that batch we do. So we are see the thing now. We are come small. So as make I bring your
Actually make it take on a time then digest the question. Go
for so okay, wait. Let's look at this. Offerings to help you achieve specific business outcomes related to enterprise cloud adoption through paid engagement in several specialty practice areas. Concierge is off because they answer questions on billing and usage reports. Technical account manager.
I feel like to be that too.
Okay, we had 2 people selecting. Okay, it's the same person. Papa's phone. 1. It's from 1 of 3, the A. Okay, so okay, so 3. Jason says 3. So we have.
I mean, I think it's 1.
Okay. Okay, I'll be this one safe. So we could just look at the answer. So its correct answer is 3, professional services. So professional services shares a collection of offerings to help you achieve specific outcomes related to enterprise cloud adoption. Each offering delivers a set of activities, best practice, and documentation reflecting our experience while supporting hundreds of customers in their journey. So professional service team. Okay, I see.
Hey, now what's with this? What is?
Charlie.
Obisi.
You are saying.
You are saying.
I will say solutions architect.
The questions really mellow my thing. I see the thing now where I say, wow. Then like
no, but yeah, but the CF is the CL what's the code say? CLFC02. Yeah, it's normal because like plenty things have been added. When I was reading the exam guide, I was like, wow. And you see, those who were asking of if the modules suit the new curricula, they were right because
yeah, they were actually right.
Yeah, actually.
But
anyway.
I don't think ALX knew it was going to be updated September 18th.
Exactly.
It was just last month. So Charlie, no, it don't be anybody involved.
A company is planning to launch a new system in AWS, but they do not have an employee who has AWS related expertise. Which of the following channels can instead help the company design, architect, build, migrate, and manage their workloads and applications? Look at this. So this
this be hard.
Marketplace.
Like no joke, this be hard.
Yeah, marketplace should be out.
I'm thinking it's 1 or 3.
I'm also looking at 4.
Is it not 4? Well.
I'm also looking at 4. Technical account
also
management.
Is he partner for inside?
Yeah, but there is network technology partners and there is a network consulting partners.
Hey, Charlie. This one, the distractors be serious.
Yeah. So I'm looking at 4.
Make you see the answer. You see, sometimes in some things you have to learn from the answer. So
wow.
3. This is straightforward like that too. Charlie, we overthink that thing.
Yeah, I think so. Partner network. The AWS
APN.
partner network. Well, look at this.
Really?
change things. So right now, dear Charlie, how the thing did here before?
Okay, so let's look at so consulting. Help the company design. Okay. Focus on helping partners build successful AWS-based businesses to drive superb customer experience. Okay, so there are
technical accounts.
Wait, no, but this one I know they make sense. There are 2 types of APN partners: consulting partners and then APN partners, technology partners. And the consulting partners are professional services firms that help customers of all sizes, okay, design, architect, migrate, okay. And then technology provides software solutions.
Okay. So I think they made it more specific at the end. Let me hear him crashing.
Charlie, scroll down. We can see the rest. We can see what technical account managers did.
We forget time, don't really dissect everything also. Right now, dear Charlie.
Yeah.
Charlie, say that I know. We could do this one more.
Yeah, we could do more.
Break everything down. Take all the components. Dissect everything.
Yo, Charlie, we are not even ready. We are not even ready.
Bro. Yeah. I thought I was till I saw this, and I'm like, okay.
Yo, we are not even ready, bro.
Shall we make we share the link for the group chat?
Yeah, are they put down for the
But I think we have to look for more of this
CLF, CO2 questions.
Because it looks like the CO1, we are quite familiar with that one.
Bridget, are you here?
The CO1 we no sit up finish.
The CO1 will no sit up finish.
But we are more familiar with those ones than this, because this one there, Charlie.
Bridget and Judith, if you are here, please, your date, do it Friday. Why? We are not ready. We are not ready. When you are booking
next week Friday.
next 2 weeks Friday or next week Friday?
8 next 2 weeks Friday.
Both of you book.
Go right time next week, sir.
That be the thing. But Charlie, this thing it is scary you, Prince.
Charlie, whether it's scary or not, you still go right.
So you say make us see next week Friday. Bridges, let's see something. If you can write it on Friday.
Okay, next week Friday 20th.
Next week Friday between
Next Friday be 13.
Next 2 weeks Friday be 20th. Sorry.
Yeah. The pressure could do that date up. That day pressure could date up.
Yeah, the 20th. So plenty people they won't do on last hour.
Yeah.
That's why for book sharp people don't. If you book here, you already get your slot, so no bro they can't take. So the thing be say if you get your voucher finished, then you go fit schedule ahead. So, if you're already full, no bro go fit book that day again. You back.
Me, so, I go do 17th. Next 2 weeks Tuesday.
This I go do. My vouchers have not made ready yet, so I don't know.
If your day with them boy you.
No, I don't even think about that myself. I know they won't do them on Monday because Charlie Monday they are most of the times I know they're in good mood. Friday to be basa basa.
So what time are you contemplating?
Time.
Yeah.
Between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m.
In the morning, before 12 is fine. Like after 12, I don't know. Did you say 9 a.m. and 3 p.m.?
Yeah, between 9 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Oh, okay.
So let's look at
I'm thinking maybe
morning time.
Wednesday by like latest by maybe between 10 and 12 or something.
Accra, I don't schedule anything morning time because traffic for Accra it be very you just no go see how it will happen. They just make late.
Yeah, and midweek too, Charlie. Midweek for Accra too.
So Accra, I don't schedule anything morning time. I go do after 12. I don't say even if I leave house 7 a.m. Dang, we could be at least 12 they will do. Accra traffic there somewhere.
Okay.
You figure out the time.
Yeah. We'll figure out the time. Maybe you say Panapakra, maybe we can look at probably 11 or something.
Yeah. And then the day there, you said people say midweek is not advisable.
Midweek is the most advisable for me, Mom.
Oh, okay. Because I was thinking like Wednesday.
Yeah.
Wednesday or Friday.
Friday, you guys will be out of pressure.
I don't know Friday, yeah.
And that place only takes like 12 a day, so you can imagine.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
Me, I think Wednesday is the most feasible.
So, like next 2 weeks Wednesday.
Yeah, of course, next 2 weeks Wednesday.
Yeah.
That's
18.
Right?
Some people they are already next week.
Yes, that's 18th.
Yeah, so next 2 weeks Wednesday, they just have to figure out the time.
Yeah. So let's look at from 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would talk it like the slots day your front way. Like
so from 11 then since they go. So we pray say if your voucher come now, then you just go do sharp.
Yeah, that's why for stay in touch then.
Yeah.
But who else has filled the form and is awaiting the voucher?
Me. I filled mine this evening. So I think by tomorrow I should get my voucher.
Oh, okay.
Me too. I feel my too.
So Oh, Henry, you've not yet filled you've not yet used the voucher to.
Oh, he already has his voucher.
No, me, I already have my voucher. I can reschedule. I be that one the problem no day. I just put it on the last day. As for rescheduling, you can. As far as I'm not.
But the Sunday they could say for come out right now because
weekends. I can't trust weekends. So
make you know why I they come do no, the thing is like I don't go the weekend safe. That I don't go like.
But if they take only 12 people, then they should do it Monday through Sunday because they're limited.
They don't work for you. They work for
Unfortunately.
That's the thing, Charlie.
And ALX to that time frame that they are giving, Charlie. Okay, baby, we pay.
It'll be about 200 something.
200 and something.
I feel like maybe if you do them too early, we new info come out in the back. So from Wednesday, Thursday be okay. Wednesday be okay though. Next week Wednesday.
Yeah.
By that time, or you get more information, you get more time to cover more grounds and things. If you
not next week Wednesday.
Next 2 weeks. Next 2 weeks Wednesday.
Yeah. Next 2 weeks. Yeah. Next 2 weeks Wednesday.
Yeah.
So if you do
but bro, no new information they come. What we have, nobody go right then come get new information. Share. Like we don't go understand, we go right.
No, let me even okay, you cannot book I want to see the time slots. No, if you are not using the voucher, you'll not be able to see the I don't think you'll be able to see the
available slots.
Yeah, the available slot. I would have. Okay, wait. Let me see what to expect. What to expect? A link. And yeah.
They say eat a meal.
Schedule your exam. Yeah, let me look at it.
It's all. Once you sit down, you don't get up.
See what I take your exam with confidence. The joke.
Schedule an exam. I for login before I forget. As I log in, I don't think. Okay, let me see.
Someone said you should be checking the weather before booking.
Yeah.
It be true.
Because the range for Accra is nowadays there.
Go day we day.
Serious.
If you
make it not think too much, then be anxious too much.
Wait, so make a reschedule. I'm just doing a reschedule safe. Okay, so 18th. You ready? Hey.
Bosu.
Calm down.
Okay, so explore times. So these are.
Hey, 12 a.m. all day.
12
a.m. day. So
no times available.
To 9 a.m.
So from 5 to 9 a.m. just only one time slot available. And then 9 to 1 p.m. So
that's the time.
So you or Moro, if you are if you are able to get your voucher, then try it and look either from 9 to 5.
9 to 1 or 1 to 5.
Yes.
1 to 5.
But I mean, I will still take 11. Hey, wait. 11.
Nungwa to that side.
Yeah, so
make them 11:30.
And that one
to be on a safer side, do 130.
130 just remember how.
130. If
Okay.
I 12, we catch just a going around, then
yeah. Yeah.
Maybe the one I would pick.
Abi just said after 12,
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I said before 12.
Before 12.
Yeah, but it's fine.
Yes, because
considering time.
1, 2, 3. So between 1, 2, 3, if you appear, you are able to write your thing.
Plenty things to read. This one we'll read out.
Charlie.
Review your appointment time and then click next.
See the exam right? CLFC02. You need to go right.
That's the sample question.
Charlie.
You need to go right.
Why did you
You people see,
Charlie,
see. I
go
open the test center, then you go see.
Yeah. You see that. Oh yeah, in fact, Kotokati.
You see here, PCLGH.
Yeah.
See, Essential Day. You know Essential. The day is Legono.
Yeah, okay, then right. She.
Yeah, it did the how do they call them? Close. It will be close to the East Legon KFC there. It did the Kikibis lane top.
Oh, okay.
Charlie, then that one make close to.
Yeah, that one. I see for the map top, but not day there. That's AWS thing. Then that link they send.
Oh, okay.
If you did, I go select Essential because they just link it far from my side.
Yeah, stay for me. But you know they mom. So
but first, I mean, so you come Accra, they come Nungwa.
They come Teshi.
Teshi.
Yeah. So from that side, I could just go use the
Manette Road.
No. I go use I go use the Manette Road, all right. But then I go use the how do they call them? And the bridge go past Al Ryan in front. Then straight. Yeah, they did that route up no street. They did Al Ryan in front. You see that's share ship place where it be one way, you know. The share ship they branch enter the East Legon there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that route up it. Yeah, that route up it. I see. But so they send only just link PCLGH, then the one he did where I refer there. No? So I figure say it be the 3 pay.
You see, you see the number 2. See, you see they say it did the Kotoka Airport.
Kotoka International Airport.
But see what you see here, East Oyarefa.
Charlie.
Yeah.
Hard.
Oh, I will go Essential.
Essential
but
be part of the
the guy
office.
was talking about them sending ALX employees or whatever to go check out the places.
Yeah.
So since Essential wasn't part, if you go and maybe it's not what you because
for me, what I'm thinking,
somebody asked that question also.
I asked Eunice, and Eunice was like, these are the only 3 that they have verified.
And they're verified.
But it does not mean necessarily say they are not doing.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, somebody asked if they can still go to the place that they've not verified, and then Edwin said they can at their own risk because they have done their research and seen the places.
Then just
Jetlink why?
Jetlink why now? Can find us
do Jetlink.
So please just Jetlink, okay? I beg. Before you go there, maybe they are not.
But these people, so I was
exist.
Why they choose 17th again?
Why 17 day your item? Why?
You don't mind now.
But this before I change location, I will choose time again. I no change safe. Or I change. Maybe I'm going Yes, link. Abon some who. Hey, this person too, you know the bet. This time they send me exchange rate. What? Yeah, for time, babe.
130.
1:30.
Right. Great. So book. All right, but Charlie, this question it killed my vim.
Hey, it rocked me right now. My man, they do me make a quit, make a quit, make a quit.
Well, we'll do it.
It is what it is.
We'll do it. I like.
How to see the thing in mellow me, but
You go do yeah, Charlie.
we know back. If you back,
Yeah, we just go take one. So what we go do is we just go explore the answers, right? We just go search on them then. Yes, make the right decisions.
So no, it is. So this is the time when they can start the AWS. Make we do some questionnaire B.
Yeah.
That time I don't know anything about AWS EC2 instance. What?
I say the answers.
The
answers are just read that.
Bro. I just laugh. I say, yeah, what this? But I can't understand. This is Charlie. Now the answer to so if we read them, then we go feed them.
We go feed them.
But we want one little problem where I don't know. So that means we they come learn programming and things, Linux commands and all these things, sudo and all these things.
That be the solution architect. But no, you know go learn like
no, but like ideally for learner, if they can run instances, if they can run, if they can host servers and things, they definitely. But unless maybe you know how they use Windows Server, then you know they need Linux commands because unless maybe the instances you could use they use only Linux. We don't
Linux.
But you never know where like you go end up. So in your situation.
Yeah.
So you can make an open mind. Yeah.
If you just create some document and put commands for top.
They pray for the exam, so Charlie.
No be easy.
Oh, but God day we day.
Yeah, Charlie.
God day do, chairman.
God day we day.
God day he left you, Charlie. So we finish and look close.
And I'm saying this will be for meeting.
And okay,
he say it will give we Microsoft then today we don't hear from
who that?
Some guy here say don't be sleep.
He say don't be sleep, so Moku talk.
Hey, Charlie.
So we talk wait, Charlie. Last time we give him host access, say make him remove people we didn't know they talk.
Make him now remove. When we let him go sleep. I don't know what to do for the group.
Okay, we should purchase their practical exam. Let me see how much does it cost.
Which practical exam?
I mean they have a practical exam for sale.
$29.
Oh, that's like 290 cities. And so
300 go 310.
Yeah. So then we'll go fee buy.
We'll buy the book.
$90 practicals. Hey.
This cloud question self, it start they bore me.
Them load down power. Them put a lot of concepts inside. Cramp a lot of things into it. But we did time less than 3 weeks to exams, Charlie.
They come up for this.
Me, I know open answer.
Tonight, I did know.
It seems you get ready, and you can't play game.
But if it is through the exam readiness, they go busy say you do ama.
Oh, Nabi that one they are do. Who knows I know do.
But then
finish the game, sir.
Whatever, guys, this question that they expect you to do all this plenty cloud questing then.
Make them make them did
If you fill your form, you catch it there, no, just do yes.
I do the yes. I don't read finish safe. Is have you finished the class? Yes. Yes. I want my voucher.
That'd be all.
Okay. It includes videos by expert instructor, hands-on exercise, official bonus question.
Charlie, the expert instructor, I hope you know be that bald guy. Very class.
When they use only left hand the TikTok.
Official bonus questions. Practice
that
exam
question. Pass.
Written in the same style as AWS certification exams. All questions include detailed feedback and recommended resources to help people. Okay. I hope they don't will give you 20 questions. What's outline? Exam style questions.
Maybe lesson or
the course. The course day inside plus questions.
So what the questions? The questions with the search.
And so, but you go feel left the course. I mean, it almost like the model.
So this be the $29. So we just go buy the $29, then left everything for only the questions.
Yeah, for only the questions.
It's per month though. It's not just 29.
Then it means that
it's
when
per month.
Yeah, per
as
month.
Long as
then we should do then terminate it.
So after we finish, then we terminate it.
Yeah.
Because they go set the questions from those topics, like the categories, you know. They go pick the question. They go set the questions from those categories. Give you. That we go ahead and split them up like that into categories. But we already know the fundamentals. So if you get them, just jump right into the questions.
Me, I don't know the fundamentals.
Yeah, we are now on the fundamentals.
3 AWS certification official practice.
Sita, you sleep. You're telling me I'm a character. Go and sleep.
Okay.
I'm a character.
Guys, also
Okay, now you come.
It be now catch house.
Oh, we know. Now we the choke you say. We won't give you host right now.
We know. Salamo will solve the questions.
Oh. Chewa, we solve the question with the show.
You come close. Make like it says you can't meet you, sir.
We they come close with that.
Hey, no more solve like the
Okay. Make I give you some question if you go fit solve.
Judith MC. Judith say what kind of last hour, man.
I didn't know easy.
Yes.
So yeah, see what time you sleep?
It's in bed like 3 a.m.
Oh, you get up 6 a.m.
I turn like 7. I go catch job like 9.
Charlie,
okay. Sleep be important too. It will make you live long.
Okay, what be the first? Okay, what be the first question? What be the answer for the first one?
Which of the following channels shares a collection of offerings to help you achieve specific business outcomes related to enterprise cloud adoption through paid engagement in several specialty practice? I beg I no catch there, but make a see.
Charlie, we don't catch there.
It's on the enterprise support. Enterprise support.
Enterprise support.
Final answer.
Yeah, true. That's what a lot of us thought. So
be enterprise support.
Professional service.
Charlie. So we say we don't want to solve this one tomorrow, right? Tomorrow when we finish the module 3.
This question where you break, we say we won't give up. So tomorrow we can solve them.
Tomorrow we go cancel them. Yeah.
Tomorrow they come you.
But now we don't buy this one to them of the official exam prep for on our own curriculum, no.
Oh, okay. So you go do one for a month, eh?
Yeah.
So how much will they contribute?
Between 29 there will be how many?
More than.
If everybody could pay, yeah, maybe we prefer.
Charlie, it not be by force. So those who can afford.
Yeah, those who can afford.
Maybe we prefer a group top. So if
me like this, I go bid 50 Ghana. Make somebody to add here.
So we go do for the group top, then your contribution
right,
just go.
Yeah.
So rep my name, then put 50 for there. They make that rest to continue.
You can carry SHS. If you buy, bring your name. Let me. Okay.
If you don't say you don't go pass the exams to make you talk, also say go subscribe for a year.
So no worries. Tomorrow we'll go talk about that for the group inside. So the ones anybody who is willing,
no
I think
problem.
then we just.
How the last set of models they go?
Which last set of models? If you pay catch them, we finish.
Everybody finish you.
Hey, you finish the models.
We finish you.
People get our matches finished. They talk about when we go meet for the exam center.
I still the storage.
Oh, chairman, says yes.
Today, make you know, Shiva. Make you try then finish everything this week. Then we'll take next week prepare or something.
Yeah.
This week they've been possible, I tell you. Tomorrow, today, Sunday, it be Monday they go. Monday they are not go job.
Yeah, then try
This week in models so I go submit them late.
So guys,
you make your mind already say go do I'm late.
Charlie, the situation they what to go do.
Charlie.
Then Moku try to them. Because Moku just continue this thing to Sunday, right? And then try complete because we would want to review the models as well and then solve the questions. So Moku just include Sundays. If Saturdays, if we get time within the day, like we'll go do probably afternoon tea, then evening tea. We just go
daytime. They go worry. People will go wedding and stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so evening tea.
So
just
time. Partition. They talk wedding.
Hey, so partition make I no marry.
They go marry with this marriage mentality. We can take on club practitioner.
Oh, I go marry the exam.
Like some of we represent shell, so we fever catches.
Yeah, so maybe the weekends we go start early. Like maybe we'll not go do them like
weekend we start early.
So the next one will be on what model? You people can meet me for storage, Abby.
We'll go do the global. No, go do the that's the global infrastructure, right?
Hey, you do the institutes, the compute.
That'll be module 3.
Now we don't catch that side. We don't catch that side.
Oh, okay,
we don't catch that side. Yeah, module 3 be the global infrastructure, right?
Okay.
We'll talk about regions, availability zones, then that one's if you know plenty.
First then do the storage finish because you check for the STC this storage side.
Tomorrow I go tell them say look, if people today I come job, I no can't say they can work. Make everybody carry matter go with you. Oh, seriously. Either that or I go play sick. I go do like I did sick. Then go talk go
good. You still do the recording, no? You still the record.
Hey, Charlie, be true.
Charlie, the recording will get them.
I don't see the recording yet.
Come now. I beg if you have problem with the uploading, I will help you.